All right, here is micro semi, MSCC. So if I look for the patterns that had already happened, you'll see a symmetrical triangle right here, very sizable, and it was broken out of to the upside. This was back in the early 2012s and 13, 14, 15. Took multi-year. I'm talking about a multi-year pattern. But I'm using the weekly charts here, which is fine, which is exactly what I want to do. It gives you a lot broader perspective on the trend direction as well. But what I see, whenever I see something going vertical like this, in vertical stages, it's a bit of a warning sign. Okay, so let's look at the Elliott waves. I count for now. Wave 1 is here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is there room for price to go higher than where it is right now? Yes. I'd give it to maybe 72. Okay. The reason why I'm doing that is because this was a long vertical trajectory, not as long, and it'll probably be shorter too. So there's one more burst coming, I think. And I guess if you've been a holder since, let's say, start of wave 1, back at $2.43, or better yet, at the bottom of 2, because you bought it at the terminal end of the wave 2 correction, what would you be doing right now? What would you be considering? Would you be considering to buy more, or would you consider taking profits? In other words, would you be taking buying actions or selling actions? And I think that's where the importance of this whole thing comes into play. It's not the precision of the target, it's not the precision correctness of the wave, it is the decision tree that you will arrive at. And there will only be binary decision possibility here, buy or sell. And that's at every point of the way you're faced with that decision. Many investors say it's always to buy, but very difficult to sell, when to sell. I agree. But Elliott waves and patterns can help you with that decision to enable a better due diligence by taking out the emotion and maybe 100% guesswork. Even a semi guesswork will be better than 100% guesswork. So if we are nearing or at already wave 5, is it time to be selling, or would it be time to be buying? Well, Elliott wave states that at the end of wave 5, there is a requisite correction, and that correction will usually go to the prior wave 4. So I think that yes, there's a bit more room to move, but I think that correction would look something like this. So if there's an ABC correction coming, it'll go to the prior wave 4. It'll go decline to 43 or so. So you're talking about more than 30% decline, almost 40%. So what if you did sell here and yet the price goes to maybe 84? Would you kick yourself? No, absolutely not, because the top is near. That's what the Elliott waves are saying. It's not for you to garner the last few remaining $10 of the crumbs on the table. Leave the crumbs for somebody else. You take your money and your profits and run. So now let's say the correction is almost done. Let's say you sold and you have massive profits, kegs of dry powder. What would you be considering to do here? When is the best time to buy? It is at the terminal end of a correction, which is around in this region. So I would ladder back in. Or if you have enough of a screening profiling system, you'll always be able to find an instrument that's at or near the terminal end of its correction. So you take your profits, deploy it to that. Now let's look at the MACD. Look how the MACD here is making a lower high compared to this one. And your price is making a higher high. That is called a bearish divergence. So I'm going to draw a line here, higher high to denote, and a line here, lower high. So you've got Elliott waves kind of blaring its warning, and now you've got a bearish divergence on your MACD. Would you be a buyer or a seller in this instance? Such decisions must be self-made. I only provide information that can help augment your own due diligence to arrive at those types of self-made decisions. All right, I hope you found this to be helpful. Whoever requested this, I hope you find this helpful as well. Thank you.